It's time now for My Care is Cures, and ending a relationship we know is so difficult, and just knowing when to end it can be just as hard.
Joining us now with helpful advice on conscious uncoupling is life coach and meditation teacher Ryan Haddon. I hope I got that right, Ryan.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. All right, so I want to jump. I know it's Kara's Cures, and she's got a lot to talk about, but I want to jump the gun here. How do you move forward when the person that you're talking to will not forgive you for doing something?
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a tough one because
tough.
all of us want to exit, in an uplifting way. And sometimes we just can't. We can't get closure with that person, and it's painful. So let's just acknowledge it. It is what it is, right?
Okay.
But what we can do is create closure within ourselves. So you can send, good vibes to that person. You can send loving energy to them. You can, figure out where you went wrong in the relationship, because we all have our pitfalls and our triggers and our reactivity. So basically taking your own inventory and figuring out where you gave away your power, where you were not your higher self in that relationship, where you gave away your power to your partner. Those are ways where we can create closure and also forgive them. Forgive them, because we're all human, and when you enter into partnership with someone, you're going to activate each other's stuff. And this is not the Disney version of what we think relationships are supposed to be, or the you complete me version of things, or my better half. It's like we're moving into this idea that we are whole and complete within ourselves, and that within this partnership, we're going to be holding up the mirror to each other, and we're going to be activating each other so we can move into more healing, right? So it's a whole other way of looking at it. That would be a conscious coupling. And so we're talking today about a conscious uncoupling. And so it would be using some of those tenets around this and just saying we've come as far as we can together. And we've both done our work individually and collectively. And it's apparent to both of us that this is no longer serving the highest good for our partnership, and it's time to move apart. And I'm wishing you all the love, all the blessings, all the things I want for myself, I'm wishing for you outside of this relationship. So that's the kind of love we're looking at here, that we don't necessarily have to provide that for them if it comes to our understanding that they will do better outside of it, and as will we. You see?
Yeah, and that's the question I think that we have to ask is, you want it to be an evolved way, like get to that point where it's a win-win, I wish you well, but how do you know if it's really time to end the relationship? Because like you said, if you're really in a relationship, you're going to have arguments, you're going to have stuff, because you're activating each other. How do you know when it's no longer good for you to be in it?
I think a lot of us want the quick exit plan, and we also think that somewhere else someone's going to be able to provide that for us. But when you really get that you're in a relationship with yourself, first and foremost, and that within this paradigm, you've come as far as you can get to, meaning maybe you've sat with each other, you've done the work on yourself, you've taken responsibility for your triggers and your activations within the partnership, and you've sifted through everything to the highest of your ability. This isn't like, it's not a great catchphrase, conscious uncoupling, so you can have a quick exit and it sounds really spiritual. It's not a bypass. You have done everything you can do, and you sit with it, and time will give you that. Time and work will give you that knowing. And I'm a big proponent for meditation. You mentioned I'm a meditation teacher. So really deep diving into your own spirituality beyond the thoughts and the triggers within the relationship, and really sought your own counsel around this, I think you'll just know, and that, and there's a peace around it rather than a reactivity, like I'm done with you, I'm out. Like that's going to be the not the indicator that you actually probably haven't done all the work thought you might not want to be doing. So that's just a way to look at it, coming from a place of peace rather than reactivity.
We only have just a little under a minute left, but the book actually, you're a life coach and a certified meditation teacher and a spiritual coach. So if you can't have you in your corner, this book gives you, it gives you meditations, it gives you step-by-step things to go through if you're thinking about uncoupling.
Yeah, the book's called 10 Simple Ways to Fall in Love with Yourself. And it gives exercises and meditation practice, and it also, different ways to come at this, different tenets. And I think when you are in love with yourself, you understand, and you understand the world around you in a better way, and you understand who is resonating and who's helping to highlight that. So you're turning the focus away from the partner and back onto you. And when you do that, everyone around you benefits. And in fact, I've had a lot of people come through my practice who have thought they wanted to leave their partner when in fact they needed to spend more time with themselves. They needed to fall in love with themselves in order to then be able to return to the relationship and have more to offer, and things work out. So they end up not divorcing, not leaving, but bringing a better part of themselves to that partnership, and things shift and change.
Yeah, that's one of the things that ended my relationship, was that my partner did not have enough time to himself, because I constantly made him do everything with me. But you live, you learn. Well, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Ryan has great courses on building healthy relationships. You can learn more about them at ryanhaddon.com. That's HADDON /courses and offerings. Did I get that right, Karen?
Yeah, there it is.
There it is, right on the screen.
ryanhaddon.com /courses and offerings. You'll find it.
There we go.